Alright. I am putting up this little vloggy vlog of me looking so fancy and of me working in my sketchbook. It doesn't look good, but that's okay. It looks like a 4-year-old did it, but that's okay. And it's because I have got to get back in the habit of being more creative. And I'm holding this. I'm sorry, I'm being... But I'm doing 7 days in a row. Hold me to it. I hope you come back tomorrow. Bye. I thought I would come on here. I had a crazy idea. I was watching a video and the girl suggested, oh man, oh, it's about dried out. The lady suggested to start working in your sketchbook every day, just a little bit every day, and to time, you know, short spurts, small times to begin with, and then work your way up. And I thought, you know what? Good idea. So I thought I'll just play with some gouache. I've got some Winsor & Newton designers. I'm sorry, I'm on the camera. Designers gouache. I do have a special treat later on. I'm going to be swatching Holbein gouache for everyone. But today, this is just play around. I was also watching some Zen doodles, and I think I'm gonna try some doodles on my sketchbook just for a few minutes. So I thought, you know, I'm really bad about saying I'm gonna make videos and I just end up letting life get in the way. And I have decided that I am going to today do 7 days in a row. They may not be long, they may not be worth watching, I don't know. I hope you do. But we are going to, for 7 days, I'm going to do something in the sketchbook. I don't know what it's going to be. It may be crap, but we're going to do it. So let's do it. And I think the Zen Doodle thing was beautiful. So this is gouache. I'm not real familiar with gouache. I love watercolor. And I know this gouache is a water-based gouache, so it's not an acrylic gouache. It will re-wet, which is great. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to do some doodles. And her Zen doodles were really pretty. So let's see. Well, it's a little thicker than I want it to be. Let's see what we can do. I wish I could remember her name. I think she's big on Instagram, or not Instagram, but TikTok. And she was coming over YouTube because they were afraid that the talk was going to get, can you see? TikTok was going to get banned, but I don't think so. It might. Mixed feelings, but I don't do TikTok, so it doesn't bother me either way, but I know a lot of people do. And so that's, picked up some green. That's not for me to decide. That was not as smooth as I wanted it to be. That's okay. This is a low pressure. This is a low pressure fun thing. Squiggles! Let me stop this from happening. It's gonna be a mess. Crap. I got a mess going. I got green going into red. Yeah, it's alright. It's just a doodle. Let's make a purple. I don't know if you can see it or not. This mixes together just like, I mean, it's just like a watercolor. It dries more opaque and matte. Oh, it's pretty. Perfect. This is zentangle purple. Perfect. We want to go on the inside. She did really good and really got close. Oh, to alignment. She was really consistent with her width of her line up, and the white negative space she was in between. And she's practicing that kind of control with your brush is pretty good idea, because that is not as easy as she makes it look, because she makes it look pretty effortless. And that's some major control she has. Hers was beautiful. I wish I could remember her name. First time I saw her was today. Should have wrote it down. If I come across it again, I'll say it the next time if anybody watches this. If anybody watches this and knows who I'm talking about, comment down below. Well, that's not terrible. It's kind of an odd angle. Let's do it again. I wish I could just not. Can't move my paper because I don't want to get it out of frame. And I'm running out of space. Oh, man, so close. If y'all hear some grunting, it's my dogs in the background. So I think when she came to places like this, she would stop and go like that, and she would make some pretty teardrops that were prettier than this. But that's okay. I know I put a video up yesterday where I was swatching some colors, excuse me, some Roman Schmal colors, and gosh, what was I even saying? I don't even know what I was going to say. Never mind. Oh my gosh, what was I going to say? Never mind. Wow. That was a brain toot, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, if I remember what I was going to say, it'd be great. That's embarrassing. Oh, there you go. There's a real world look into my brain. Because that's how it works most every day. Oh. Pretty. So I really wanted to start getting into gouache. Man, see, that's what I do. I just keep on until I mess something up. So okay. This is in a sketchbook. Nobody cares. But I was wanting to get into painting with some gouache because I like to do some illustrations. This is totally not how she said to do this. Flub up. Yeah. So anyway, a few years ago is when I got my Holbein gouache, and I have not been able to play with it yet. And I think it would be so fun. And I think gouache lifts back up. I think you can reactivate it. Yeah, see? You can reactivate it like you would a watercolor. I don't have. Oh, I got a Kleenex. But it dries more, it's more opaque than watercolor. But it can still be reactivated. So some people, a lot of times people like to use, let's do it thicker. A lot of times people like to use acrylic gouache because you cannot reactivate acrylic gouache. So I don't really know. Acrylic gouache to me is just more like matte acrylic paint. But I don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to put it right next to the red. Let's do some standalone squigglies and see how it dries. I think I do like doing no stress doodly paints though, because you know, painting is such a process. Painting is such a, it's always a plan what you're going to paint, transfer your image onto your paper if you don't draw it straight on, which I don't do because I'm working on my drawing skills too. I can draw, but just not as well as I'd like to be able to. So I don't trust myself, so I transfer all images on, and it's just a long drawn out process. So being able to just stress-free do something is pretty nice. Let's do some yellow. This and try. Well, that's not terrible. I know I'm probably shading. Stick my arm in the paint. Cool. So pretty. So what are we gonna put around this blue, this red? I have green. Let's see. Let's make an orange. Let's make an orange. Want to? Okay. Talk me into it. Let's make an orange. Ooh, that's a bright orange. Oh, sorry. Let's go here. It's kind of a dirty orange. So I'm going to do 7 days. Oh, crap. No stress, Kim. It's a no stress. It's no stress. It's all right. It's whatever it is. It's whatever it is. Ooh. There's no telling how many zentangles that girl's done to make hers as perfect as they are, because they are perfect. I mean, This literally looks like a 3-year-old's done. I don't care. I just needed something. I needed to art tonight. Needed to art. And this is what I wanted to do, because I'm getting some stuff ready for my next videos, because I'm doing this. I'm not fiddling with it, saying I'm gonna do it and not. I'm gonna do it. And I don't know what my next video is gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna swatch, which y'all might get tired of the swatching, but I've got a lot of art supplies that I want to share and I want to use. So I have a lot of swatching to share with with you friends. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, that was close. I think I need a better brush for this, but this is working. Do you guys have like a daily, if anybody watches this, which no one may watch this, but if anyone watches this and wants to comment if they have a daily practice that they do, what they do to get themselves back in the swing of things. Because I've been out of it a little while, and it's really hard to get back in it if you lose it. You know, like if something happens, I can't even remember what the deal was with me. I think I started sewing. I think that's what it was. I started sewing, and that's what my brain does. I'll go heavy in something, and then I'll trail off of other things. But my brain gets tired of doing certain things, and I have to switch it up. So that's what happened. I got into sewing really heavy. Oh my gosh. And I still love to sew. As a matter of fact, I've got a purse I need to start, which I may start after I get off of here. But I got into sewing, and my gosh, I got hooked quick. So I started making handbags, and then I got talked into. I said I was never going to make a quilt. I had no plans and no interest in making a quilt. I started making quilts. So, golly, that is not attractive. This is not an attractive painting. It's just not. I'm shaky. Yeah, so you can layer gouache, but you gotta watch, because see, look. It picked up the color I put underneath. So, I wonder if it bleeds like watercolor would. Let's see. Let's see. So if I do well, that's a terrible color to start with. I wouldn't be blending anything with green. So we can add some blue in it. Oh yeah. Of course, this paper isn't the best to test this with, but this is just a Canson XL pad. Wow. Well, I've really made an elementary mess of this. See how that's gotten matte? Can you see how, see if that's matte or not? That reminds me of acrylic. I don't know. I don't know. The jury's out on gouache for me. The jury's out on gouache. I just don't know. I love it with these illustrations though. I think some of these illustrations with gouache are just beautiful. And it's, of course, I'm not making a fair comparison of anything because this is literally the only time I've used gouache so far has been on my paintings, on my watercolor paintings, and it's only been white and black. So this is, it's not fair for me to say I don't like gouache because I don't know how to use it. It's like I was like that with colored pencils too. Like, I don't like colored pencils, but I didn't know how to use them. But I have been taking a class on drawing with colored pencils, and oh my gosh, love it. Love it now. Now that I know the paper to use and some of the techniques to use, it is so fun. And I've been taking a class from Kirsty Partridge. She's, I really like her class. She's a good teacher. I'll show you some of the things I did. So I did 2 birds. There's the first bird. Well, this is the first, yeah, that's the first one I did. These are the same birds too. This is a Polychromos and Caran d'Ache Luminance. And then this one I did this is some Holbein and a few Caran d'Ache and Prismacolors and a different type of paper. I don't remember which one's which, but see my pretty birds? I think they turned out pretty good. Like, I liked certain aspects of each one. This one I don't care for the, you know, I'm being really picky, but I think they turned out really well. So anyway, that's enough blabbing. This is probably long enough. I'm sure you guys are tired of watching, but I'm going to finish up. I'm going to finish up my page, and I'm going to get some stuff ready for a video I'm going to film. Video I'm going to record. I hope you guys can join me if you're interested. This is day 1 of Doodle Sketchbook Do Something Week. That's what we'll call it. Doodle Sketchbook Do Something Week. And maybe we can get back in the swing of things. Or I can get back in the swing of things. And if you're having trouble, I guess probably do something like this, because this is actually kind of fun. Looks terrible. And it looks like a kid did it, but that's okay. So, guys, come back tomorrow. We'll see another one. I can't get it in the camera. Y'all have a good night. Thumbs up. See ya. Bye.